to come play with me? Do you like my dolly? You can hold her if you want.
Howdy friends, it's Frightman, and I am here with the 5.5-foot Sister of Souls from the Home Depot Halloween season of 2024, and I think she made an appearance in 2023. In this video, I'm going to show you how to put her together, how to put her back in the box, let her do a demo. We're going to have a fair and honest review because she's super simple, and we can cram that all into one short video. So for now, let me turn it over to the Home Depot Sister of Souls. Alright, so we're going to start with this base, and I do want to point out that there are 4 small poles that will be used in the assembly of this. All of these 4 small poles are the same, so it really doesn't matter which 2 that you choose to use on this base. The back of the base is identified by the holes that are drilled here in these pipes. So those holes are going to be pointing towards you if, like me, you're building this from the back. And we're just going to take these small poles and we're going to be just clipping these right into this itty bitty base. So now we're ready to go ahead and install these other 2 small poles, and those are going to clip right here into these poles. I do want to point out that this particular pole here is missing its little pin or its clip that should be holding this in place. I'll be talking more about that in just a little bit. Now with this done, we're ready to go ahead and add on her hips here. So this is definitely a quick and easy build. So this is going to be basically her hip area, and that is going to be going ahead and fastening here to these leg or these support poles using clips again. I do have both clips in these poles, yay. So that's pretty much as simple as that is. Now let's go ahead and move on up. Now I've turned it to the side just for a minute so you can see this piece. So this is a metal ring, or just basically a shaper here for her back side. So this is the front, this is the back. There's 2 holes here in the frame, and that is just simply going to slide down like that right into this frame. So taking the body out of the box, it pretty much all comes in one piece, and what we need to do is go ahead and unvelcro this. So it's all velcro in the back. We're going to just, I'll rest her here for a second. We're going to unvelcro it, and the reason that we're going to do that is because we have another pole that we need to go ahead and put into her body here. And let me go ahead and bring this up here so you can see. So right here is where we need to attach this last pole. So you can see right here, this pole is just simply going to slide up in here. There's a couple slots here. This pole does have a couple of pieces here. I think you can see this. Let me move over. There we go. So I think you can see where it has a couple of little pieces. Those have places that they do need to go right up into here. And with that done, we can go ahead and slide this whole upper body onto her frame here. So now I'm going to take my hand and go ahead and try to work it up to this pole. Okay, so I did get that pole here. So basically, I'm just pulling all the material aside for right now, just so I can get to this pole. So you can see the pole is right here, and this is where we need to drop that pole right onto. So we're just going to go ahead and do that. So before I drop this down, I did realize that this pole needs to go in the right way. So when you do put this pole here into this piece, there is a right way and a wrong way, and it's just simply a matter of this pin here. So you have a pin on this pole, and it's just a matter of making sure that this pin is going to line up where it needs to go here in the back. So when you put that pole in her centerpiece, the pin should be facing you towards the back. I'm going to go ahead and just take this costume and bring it around this wire that we attached earlier to give her a little bit of a backside. So we really don't have a lot left to do. It's just really her head, which this is what her head looks like. It's pretty cute. So her head just needs to drop down here in the socket. There is a wire here. So you'll notice there's a wire coming here off of the head. There's also the connecting wire here coming off of the control box. So I am going to just drop her head right in here, and we will go ahead and attach her wire. So her head goes on, it just drops in. Here's that wire for the head, and we are going to put these two wires together. The next thing is going to be the power cord. So it looks like I'm going to go ahead and take this power cord and just drop it right down the back side of her dress. And then I am going to attach that here to our control box. Now, while we're on the control box, I can tell you that this control box has a off, obviously. It does have a volume control here. It does have the sensor timer mode, so if you turn it on at 6 p.m. at night, it's going to run for 6 hours, and then it's going to cut off and come back the next day. So for instance, if you turn it on at 6 p.m., she cuts off at midnight. The next day she comes back on at 6 p.m. Now that functionality has been on a lot of the parts that I had purchased this year. I haven't actually tried it out, so hopefully it works out really cool. She does also have a lights only mode, and so we're going to go ahead and Velcro the back of this costume all together here, and we are going to plug her in and see what she looks like. Now, this is not a prop that I would normally get, to be honest with you, and I am going to explain in a minute why I have purchased her and let you know the plans for her, and see what you think. I'd like to know in the comments whenever I do explain this. I'd be curious to know, what do you think about my plan, or maybe do you have another plan? So let's flip her around. We'll flip her around here. Well, I think she's looking pretty cute, actually. I kind of like her pigtails that are going on here.
Let's play hide and seek. You hide over there in the graveyard, and I will come and find you. I will count to 10, and you find a good place to hide. It is so good to see you. Would you like to play Ring Around the Rosie with me? Come into the graveyard. Do you like my dolly? You can hold her if you want. Don't make her cry. Now you've done it.
Just alone, as in last year, she would not catch my attention that much, and I wanted to purchase her. But we're going to get to why I did in just a few minutes. But let's talk about Sister of Soul. So she's 99 bucks. So budget prop, pretty good price. She actually looks pretty good. I'm actually kind of surprised at how nice the head looks. There was one point where I was doing a filming of her demo video, and I looked around and I could have swore that she cracked a smile at me. So I don't know, there's just something odd about the way that the face is done. But yeah, she went. I was like, what? So I guess she didn't do that, but it sure did look like she did. So from a motion standpoint, it's really simple. Her head's just going to go left to right. She rocks her little baby as she says some horrible things to you. Again, I have mentioned before that the Home Depot is letting some of this stuff come out with some scary phrases. She's awesome, okay? She's just talking about don't mess with her baby, her cute little baby. And then she doesn't like something that you did. And all of a sudden her voice changes. She almost becomes like some kind of demonic possession has taken over her. It's pretty cool. I actually do like her voice track. It does have the music in the background. I wish they wouldn't do that, because it just screws everything up for me. If they didn't do that, then I could use those voices and go ahead and use my regular soundtrack that I like to use. So hey, if any of the manufacturers out there happen to be listening to this, start dropping us an option on this soundtrack to where you can go to 2 soundtracks, maybe one with music and one without. And from a sound volume standpoint, she gets very loud, but if you turn it up too loud, then it starts to get muffly. So the sound is okay. I'm going to rank it as being okay. But again, it can get very loud, but if you turn it too loud, you're not going to like it. I don't like it, at least. So I'm keeping it about a medium volume, which keeps her nice and clear, and it's still pretty loud. So this is the Sister of Souls. Now, why would she be a sister? Well, let me tell you. So this big guy over here, this is the Soul Slasher. Any family resemblance you see going on there? I kind of do think so, right? They both kind of have kind of like the same outfit here. They have that same kind of face. So in my mind, this is going to be daddy, and or maybe older brother, and this is the little sister. Now, I can't say that they were really designed to go together, but that's what they're going to do for me. And little sister, you got a place in my yard, and I'm going to tell you about it right now. So I have a giant scarecrow from Costco. Check out that video. He's really cool. Well, these two folks are going to be over in the yard in a spot with that giant scarecrow. So I envision the giant scarecrow behind them. These two folks are going to be in the front, and then we're just going to have some pumpkins lining up around them on the ground. Probably a hay barrel as well. So it's going to be kind of like my field setup. And I think they're going to look great together. So let me know in the comments, do you think that these two belong together? Do you think it's a match made in heaven? Or do you think that there's too much opposite going on here? Now, both of these guys are a budget prop from the Home Depot. They're individually $99 each. So for 200 bucks to me, you got a cute little pair. Now, from an assembly standpoint, she honestly probably took me every bit of 5 minutes. Super easy to put together. I think you saw that in this video. It's just the base, it's a couple poles, but one of those poles does not have the clip in it. So let me tell you, friends, this has been a disappointing year for me. And I've not been having good luck. I'm probably at a point that now I'm probably at about a 50% range of everything that I've purchased from the Home Depot has an issue. And I'm not used to this. It doesn't feel good. And I just feel like something has happened. I can't tell you what. I don't know. But I've never ran into this before. Now, it's not a problem. The Home Depot stands behind their product. So I'm not at all worried about that. But it's just disappointing. You know, you buy the stuff, you assemble it, and then you have a problem. Or in the case of her, I started assembling it, and I immediately noticed that one of the poles is missing the clip. I can buy a clip on Amazon. That's not a big deal, but I shouldn't have to. Everything should be here with you, little sister. So it's just been kind of a disappointing year for me. I try to stay positive, and I have a few more builds to go. But yeah, it's kind of a drag when you put something together and it's just not all there. Now, from a costume standpoint, at a $99 budget prop, there's really nothing wrong with this. So she's got the little bloomer, she's got the little extra white going down there, then she has this kind of little apron with what I guess is supposed to be blood spatters, not done well, but regardless, I think she looks pretty cool. And look at this little dolly. So for 99 bucks, I think she's a pretty good deal. I'm pretty happy with her, and I think she's gonna look great next to the Soul Slasher. Let me know in the comments what you think about the Sister of Souls, if you're gonna get her. And until next time, stay spooky, my friends.